The Sports Time Podcast.
Let's jump on to another Paul. Of course, I think before the fight happened, Jake Paul agreed to fight Tyron Woodley. Woodley is no longer associated with the UFC, so he can kind of do his own fights as of now. Who do you like in this matchup, and could you see Tyron Woodley getting a knockout over Jake Paul?
I can see Tyron Woodley getting a knockout over Jake Paul. I think there's actually bad blood there between those two. That's real. I've seen it. I've felt it. I've seen their face-offs. And I think I'll give all the credit to Jake Paul that he's ready to step in and face a real opponent. All the credit in the world to him. However, he probably didn't want to say what he said to Woodley before this fight got agreed to, because I think Woodley's going to go in there with a vengeance. Now, if you look at Woodley's past, though, as far as Chael Sonnen commented, Chael Sonnen said that, Woodley has to be careful going in there, and he has to decisively finish Paul. He has to take this seriously, or else Paul could come back and win that fight. I'm not sure that Paul would specifically get the knockout against Woodley, since Woodley's kind of hard to knock out. But I think Jake Paul could win this fight if Tyron Woodley does not take it seriously. And knowing Tyron Woodley's past and the way that Dana White's had opinions about Tyron Woodley's behavior, I'm not so sure he's going to take it seriously. I think he's angry. I think he wants Paul to be embarrassed, but I'm not so sure he's actually taking Paul seriously. So I will be tuning in for this fight. This is going to be a great fight.
I'm excited as well, but I'm kind of disappointed because I wanted Jake Paul to fight a real boxer like a Tommy Fury, but obviously that's not going to happen. Tyron Woodley, we all know he's a great striker, but I'm still kind of with you. I don't know if he's going to take it seriously enough. And I think even Joe Rogan said that Tyron Woodley could get knocked out. You think Jake Paul could knock him out? I mean,
if he takes him into later rounds, he could absolutely knock him out. Jake Paul does have power. And I said that before the Ben Askren fight. I said, if he connects with Askren, it's just like Robbie Lawler hitting him at the end of his career. So yeah, it's totally possible. The only thing is you have to watch out for the fight promoters and what they're doing. So be sure to stay tuned in the weeks coming up to the fight and see if you can figure anything out about if you think this fight's going to go a certain way, because I truly believe that they have certain things in the contracts with these fights. And I think if I was to give you betting advice on this fight, which I don't generally like to do on these type of fights, I would bet on Jake Paul winning the fight.
Okay.
That's where the money's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not sure where I want to go on that yet. I think we still have 2.5 months, so I think I'm going to wait until later, just because I'm not exactly sure what we're going to see from both fighters. I am a little worried that Tyron Woodley is older too, so that could be a factor as well.
Absolutely.
Like said, he's got 4 straight losses, and his last win came in 2018. So
yeah, and I think that actual pure boxer has a better chance to defeat Jake Paul than Woodley does. Woodley has great boxing, but he is also a lot shorter. And he does like to rely on those haymaker punches. I think Jake Paul is going to come out early, and he's going to come jabbing Woodley, and he's going to piece Woodley up early. It's up to Woodley to decide if he wants to take that fight into his own hands.
It's definitely going to be an exciting fight, and I can't wait to watch on August 28th. I think that fight is now on Showtime, so I'm pretty excited for that. Thanks for listening to the Sports Town Podcast, or the STP Pod for short. If you want to check out more videos of the Sports Town Podcast, click on the left. If you want to subscribe to the channel, click on the right.